Hello, my name is Cliff McCoy. I have high blood pressure and I also have ankylosing spondylitis. For those who don't know, ankylosing spondylitis is a type of arthritis that affects the vertebrae, that causes inflammation that eventually causes the vertebrae to freeze up, stiffen up over time. I use Stim Enhance Ultra to help my stem cells be released to my own blood. I used Plasma Flow to help my blood circulation, and I use Cyactive for my inflammation. Now, I've used these for a little over 2 months now, and I've got to tell you, the wonderful results I have had is that I don't have the stiffness in my back I used to have. I have a range of motion that I haven't had in a very, very long time, and without the pain and the stress when I try to turn around. And my blood pressure, it started out before I started using these products to be about 180, maybe 190, over 90 plus. The average blood pressure I am measuring now is about 135, sometimes 140, over 80 plus. But after a good brisk walk, I came back and I measured it to be 113 over 67. Folks, it's getting better with continued use.
Good evening. I'm still reporting on the coup. For the last few weeks, we have wondered what was going on in Texas concerning the impeachment of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. We've always known of Paxton as a straight shooter and supporter of President Trump. Finally, today it was announced that Paxton has been cleared of all 16 charges in his faux impeachment. Paxton was impeached last May by the Texas House of Representatives over 20 allegations, including bribery, unfitness for office, and abuse of public trust. Bribery? That just doesn't make any sense. He was forced to take administrative leave until today's vote. Was it another smokescreen for the Bidens? Well, it sure looks like it now. The Texas Senate chose to hear evidence on only 16 of the 20 articles of impeachment. Paxton would have been removed from office had he been found guilty of any of those 16 articles. However, he was found not guilty on every one of the 16 today. Texas rhinos, including allies of the Bush family and Texan Karl Rove, joined the Democrats in their attempt to boot Paxton from office. Insiders believe that the cause of the impeachment was Paxton's support for Trump and against the Marxist insurgency trying desperately to take over Texas. 7 of the 16 articles saw a very close 14-16 vote, supporting the acquittal of Paxton. Here is the political makeup of the Texas Senate: 18 Republicans and 13 Democrats. That means that on those closest votes, 1 Republican voted with the Dems, and another did not vote. In the 2022 gubernatorial election, Texas looked bright red, with only a few urban strongholds. We couldn't discover the name of the following Texas lawmaker, but he was obviously involved in the final arguments earlier today in support of Ken Paxton. Interestingly, at the end, he calls today's votes the end of the Bush regime.
They figured out real quickly, once they talked to Maxwell, that, you know what, we don't have anything. We need to beef this up. We don't have anything. And even though it's been 3 years, they still don't have anything. And 17 lawyers over there working since May, $500 an hour for each of them. Hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted, taxpayer money wasted, and they still don't have anything. How did this happen? Well, they made some assumptions, and then they figured out they had no evidence, and it was too late to turn back. Recall that one of the witnesses said, well, once we went to the FBI, we were signing our death warrant. Rightly so. You go to the authorities with no evidence and accuse your boss of a crime, and there has been no crime, and there's been no evidence of any crime, and it's all a bunch of supposition and guesswork. Rightly so. And so they took a long walk on a short pier The House managers did the same. The House managers did the same. They, in a 4-hour hearing, decided to impeach the Attorney General of the state of Texas, and then they spent months and months trying to collect evidence to support it, and they did not. They failed. And then the lobbyists got involved. The text of support. TLR, yeah, we were against Ken, but we spent $6 million against Ken Paxton. We couldn't beat him at the ballot box. Maybe we can beat him. Maybe we can beat him in an impeachment trial. George P. Bush decided, let me re-up my law license because maybe I can be the Attorney General now. I couldn't beat him in a fair fight. Maybe I can beat him here. And every one of these so-called whistleblowers, which are nothing but disgruntled ex-staffers, they all hired the same lawyer who just happens to be in the Ashcroft law firm, who just happens to be a protege of the Bush regime. The Bush era ends today in the state of Texas. I'm asking you to agree with the 4.2 million Texans who put this man in office as Attorney General to put this man back to work and vote not guilty.
We're still reporting from just outside the Citadel of World Freedom. Good day.